Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Can you see we're a little Tormy. I did not move the boot tray over enough, so don't look at that. Today is episode, get closer. Okay. Episode 35. This is end of July, beginning of August, so we're going to take a look at what we've managed to finish for July and what we have planned for August. This is a reoccurring monthly episode. And I did not watch last month's episode last night, so I'm a little unprepared. I'm not quite sure I don't think this month went as planned at all, because I redid everything in a higher gauge. Speaking of, no wait, let's go with what I'm wearing. This is from a Knit Crate subscription. This is Vitalana Lofty DK in the colorway Wee Violets, and it's just one of those tops that I make because I'm insane. This is merino, alpaca, and cotton. It's a chainette. It's absolutely wonderful base. If you have a Knit Crate subscription and you see the Vitalana Lofty DK, I recommend snapping it up because I got it in 4 colors and I absolutely love them. It's one of the softest, it's just so soft and so comfortable, and I absolutely love it. So we have 3 finished objects from last week, right? Yes, because this one wasn't even done, and this one was done, and then I had to re-wet and do. So this is worsted Linda. Okay, we went up to 6 to do her. And with the 6, we got up to a wingspan of 60 inches. Not as big as the fingering Linda, which is 64. So it's only 2 inches short on each end. And her length is 23. Fingering was 26. So we're not reaching the size of the fingering, but I also wonder if that's because the fingering has a ton of yardage, but it also includes nylon, and this is 100% wool. The space is Willow Yarns Daily, which I really recommend if you need an affordable wool that comes in a lot of colors. It's 100% wool, so it's not like 100% merino, but it is 100% wool. I think it's $2.18 for 100 yards for the worsted, but it also comes in bulky and DK. Don't know what the yardage is for those, but it's a good workhorse. Not as soft as merino, but I can wear it against my skin and not have any problems. But it's really not the softest. But if you want a workhorse wool, I recommend that. And I think it's like $6 a ball. It's completely affordable. Like, I could make a wool sweater for like $35. The only thing I want to warn you about with Willow Yarns Daily is that their black is not dyed to a very dark black. It's a washed out black. So I over-dye their blacks to get the black that I want. But all the rest of their colors are perfectly saturated. The ones I've got, the deeper colors, the heathered colors, are very well saturated. It's just the black, and that's pretty standard in the industry, except for Cascade. Cascade always has a very, very deep black. They have one black, I think, that's very, very deep, but I don't know the number of it. You can look through my Ravelry, it should be on there, because that's what I use for a lot of my shawls. If I use Cascade, it's that deep black. So moving on, DK Linda, listen. DK Linda, not so happy with this one. We worked her up on 5mm needles. and this is 246 yards. So this is the higher end yardage of this weight class. For this weight of yarn, 247 or 246 is kind of up there. I have seen 250s in some things, but mostly bare yarns, which is how I buy yarns. Mostly bare yarns are 230. So 246 is kind of up there. This base is, oh gosh, Knit Picks, which I decided today I'm not going to use as my base for my shop because, first of all, I don't like dyeing it. I don't like working with it. I don't like blocking it. When I was blocking this, it was like, what do you call, like shedding. It was shedding while I was blocking it. So I was like, ugh. It is really very soft though. This is Swish DK. So 100% superwash merino, 246 yards, 100 grams. It's a fine wool. I just, as an indie dyer, it's not up to my standard of what I would want to sell. Plus, it doesn't stretch. It does not stretch when I'm blocking it, and I don't know why. I don't know, because this has no nylon content and it blocks fine for me. So I don't know if the 218 on the 6s somehow does something that the 246 on a 5 doesn't do. Like, I don't know if there's, like, because I don't know how to tell the difference of, I need a mathematical equation that gives me an equal, if we're doing 100 grams on 3.5 needles, how to recreate that on the other weights, and I don't know how to figure that out. There has to be some sort of way to figure that out, but I don't know what it is. So anyway, Linda, listen. So for her wingspan's only 52 as opposed to 60. Yes, not big enough. Not big enough. But we also redid the DK Eleanor, which I guess I'll just put on while we talk because these were both done on the same needles. DK Eleanor, also 52. And my worsted, or my worsted Eleanor got up to 60. So 52 to 60. That's still a big, and the fingering was 58. That can't be right. I'm sure that fingering is more than 58. There's no way my worsted is bigger than the fingering. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Her depth is 19. And her depth is 21. So, but still 52. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. But if, again, like on the last ones, if you're going to bother making it, I would just go with the worsted because you're going to get a bigger one. You're going to get a bigger one. Now, I'm wondering if I change the base because all of these are the same base. All of these are Swish DK. Now, I do have a wool to dye for 100% merino that is 231 yards. So I'm wondering if I made that up, if it would, well, I probably wouldn't do Eleanor. I'd probably do an Eleanor to do against this Eleanor. So I'm thinking of doing that, but not this month or next month, but maybe the following month we'll do that as our dye project. Will be a DK on a DK with fewer yardage, smaller yardage, and see if I can get better stretch on that. I don't know. The only other thing I can think of is to go up to do the DK on the 6mm, which, I mean, I really can't say that there's much of a difference between these. And part of that is because they're not the same base. I like to have the same base on different weights. But the platinum sock that I love does not come in. But like I was saying, I do want a DK and a worsted with nylon in it. I do want, because I want to be able to cover all my sock peeps. So I do want to offer sock base in every weight that I carry, obviously. Because I know socks are a big deal. And I want my goth peeps that do socks to have goth socks. So, anyway, what are we doing? Okay, that's our finish. So we have 3 finished just since last week. I told you I could get a DK and a worsted done in a week. I told you I could. And of course, this was done that same day that we recorded. I gotta take it off. It's too hot. But I really do like the patterning. I'm not sure if I like it as much as the stockinette version, though. So, still am planning to do a bias stockinette, but again, not yet. So, whips. I have one whip that I just started today, and I am redoing the Sport Linda on a 4.5. 4.5 for Sport Linda. It's too little to tell anything yet. But again, it's Wednesday. I'll have no problem getting this done by Saturday. So we'll have all the Lindas done by the end of the month, which is Saturday, right? The end of the month is Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, so next week will be Dye Project. Before we go to next month, let's take a look at what we finished this month, because we finished 7 shawls. We did 7 shawls this month. 2 of them were repeats. We redid DK and worsted weight Eleanor. So these were done twice. Well, Eleanor was done twice, and then we redid this one that had already been done. So we did fingering weight Linda, DK Eleanor, worsted Eleanor, then DK Eleanor again, and then worsted Linda, DK Linda, and then we got Sport Linda. So that's 7 shawls we did this month. Can you believe that's insane? That's insane. I don't think I've done 7 shawls ever in a month. What did we not get to this month? We had some tops, some summer tops that we did not do. Yeah, there were 3 tops, including the V-back tee that we don't talk about. I'm never going to get that done. So those are all put on hold now for next summer. Or spring, maybe? Maybe we'll get to those in spring. Maybe. Those are all on hold now. So, yeah, we did. I forgot to mark off. Yeah, we did everything that we had to do except for Sport Linda, which will be done in 4 days. I can have her done by Saturday for sure. Maybe have her blocked on Saturday. I don't know. But that'll be all done. So, round of applause for us. That's a lot of knitting. Plus all the dyeing I did. I did all of my dye swatches. I got those done. I think I finished those Monday. But I'll show those next week when we do Dye Project. I'll show you. I got some really cool colors. I'm really excited to. So what do we have for August? Maybe asking yourself. Fingering Weight Dana. Dandelions and Daisies. This is Blackened Rose. And then we also have, if you remember, I took out the worsted weight Dana. This is Leafy Heather, I think, from Willow Yarns. So we've got a definite green, pink, purpley blue, lavenderish. Not sure what colors because we have Sport and DK to dye for her. So these are the 4 shawls we plan to do for August, which is pretty much what we had to do last month was 4 shawls, but we already had that one done. So, but then we ended up redoing a bunch of them. I do plan on redoing the sport. Oh, I already went over that, didn't I? Okay. So yes, have to dye these. Haven't decided on colors yet, which I never tell you the color anyway, but it's going to be something that goes along with this. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. So 4 shawls. And since this month we got 7 shawls done, I decided that I am also going to do the shorts. Redo the shorts. I mean, not redo the okay. Here are the shorts with the extra yarn. I'm going to redo the shorts, but not redo the shorts. I'm going to redo the shorts. With, I'm keeping these intact for now, so if I need to figure out what I did and then change what I did so I can get these to fit, and then, well, because I'd like to try these on as we go and go, okay, where am I at and where do I have to make changes? So hopefully once these come out perfect, then I'll take this apart. Well, I take it back to the ribbing, I guess, and redo. Because I really want these shorts done and I don't want to wait any longer because I don't want to forget what I did. And I want to make these in worsted for the winter time. So, and since I've done these tops in worsted, I already know my starting number because it goes around here. So I'm really excited to figure to do some worsted. So maybe we'll do a worsted pair next month. Maybe if we get these. These are going to be at night projects, and then whenever I don't want to work on the Danas. I'm so tired of Linda. By the time these are done, I'm so tired of them. I wanted to show you a yarn I was talking about yesterday. I mean, last episode, which was not yesterday. Dye Lot Studio. I don't. This is color is acai. How do you say that, Barry? Acai. I don't know how to say it. It is that zebra yarn. This is 100% non-superwash Peruvian Highland. So I decided I'm not making a shawl out of this. This is going to be one of these tops. But I'm still not sure. It is for it's fingering weight. Okay, it's fingering weight because I have not made fingering tops yet because I don't have any of my numbers. But see, this color, I'm not 100% sure if I want to keep the color, if I want to put some black over it, darken it up a little bit. It's really kind of more washed out than what you're seeing. I mean, it's not... The pictures looked a lot more burgundy, and I love burgundies, but they're actually kind of more of a berry like her, which probably from the name of it I probably should have assumed. So since I can't make up my mind, I'm not doing anything with it right now, obviously. But I wanted to show it to you because I did mention it to you, and it is that zebra yarn. I don't know. The one time I worked with it, I didn't like it too much, but it wasn't that kind. It was worsted weight. So anyway, we're at 21 minutes, and that's like all I have for you. Did I buy anything? I didn't buy anything. I did buy some stuff, but it hasn't come yet. And I could show you. Do you want to see my dye swatches? I kind of want to put that on the dye episode. So I guess we'll just have a short episode today because I don't have anything else to talk to you about. I've got a lot to do, and I got to figure out. Those greens are not the same. You do see that those are different, right? That heathered green is like a bluish green. I love heathered yarns. I absolutely love them because it's like, I also love hand spun yarn because if you dye your, oh God, what's it called? If you dye your fibers first and then you work them up, and then you twist them together, ply them together. I don't spin because I need another hobby. Come on. I already don't have time to get everything done. But I love the look of hand spun. I love when you have the two colors twisted together. I think I would just make colors and then the other one would just be plain black, and that's how I would do it. But I love I just love heathered colors too because it's like that same thing where you have two colors right next to each other. This is like a bluey green and then a brownish green. It's really very, very pretty. Very pretty green. And then this is a more yellow olive. And then we've got some yellowy tannish parts going right here that you can't see. And then we have pink and then a periwinkle. So I'm not entirely sure where to go with Dana. Because we did green for Eleanor, so I don't want to do the same green, obviously, and the purpley green. But this is pink and green, so I guess we could do, but I already got pink and green, so I don't know. Only need two color. We could do tonals. Do you want to do tonals again? Have more fun with tonals? We could see if we could match this pink, maybe. I'm sure I can match this pink. But then what? What do you want to do the other one? We did for Linda, we did a variegated, which would be this one. And then we did two tonals and so we did two reds. Well, one's red and then one's berry. So I guess we could do two pinks. Or do a pink and the periwinkle? I don't know that I'd want to do a periwinkle. I kind of got to make up my mind because it's next week. Looks like there's some navy in there too. Let's just open this up since it doesn't look like I've ever opened. Oh. I hate when that happens. Okay. So yeah, we got quite a bit of periwinkle over here. This rose color is gorgeous. Look, there's some navy speckles. I don't know where those came from. I love trying to line them up and see how they dyed. This must be hand painted because it doesn't line up to be in a pan. We got some black. Looks like some black speckles too over here. I really do like this skein. Look at this color going on here. Some rust, some blue. Why aren't you focusing? Come on. Look at all that going on right there. That's pretty neat. Yeah, that opening this up did not help me decide anything at all. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had a plan going in for Linda. Pretty sure I had some sort of plan for her before I went in. Yeah, because I wanted a scarlet and I wanted a like mustardy golden color. But for Dana, since this is kind of what we're going to match, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, there's two options for me because it's either one, I'm going to keep the shawl, which probably not, or two, I'm going to try to sell the shawl, which probably. So I'm trying to figure out what my best option is if I'm going to sell and also keep it in the color, because I think Linda looks good with kind of a cohesive, you know, color thing. I think the pattern's going to look real good being all that can stay on the floor, being all kind of, you know, the same colors. And then Maya, we have that dusty pink and the fingering weight Eleanor, which is gray and pink. So we'll probably do gray. I have a gray colorway that has been bouncing around in my brain since Monday when I finished my swatches, because I swatched all the grays with color and then I swatched the grays with each other, and I got some pretty interesting results with that. And the grays on my black gave me a nice charcoal, so I'm very excited to have I wanted a charcoal color, and that's been really hard to do without heathering. You know, usually charcoal is heathered, which I can't do, obviously. So I've been trying to recreate that with dye, and I got pretty close on my swatches, so I think that's something I'm going to try later. Obviously, I'm not going to do it for these because it won't photograph. What was I saying? Oh, so there were some grays that I had an idea for a nice tonal gray that I think would make a nice sweater. And since I also wanted to be making more sweaters out of my own hand dyed, because it's cheaper for me to buy bulk bare and then dye it myself, then it's my own labor and my own dye costs, which the dye, if you work it out, is pretty cheap per skein. Like, I got an 8-ounce jar of black and I dye everything black and it's still like not even a dent. Like, everything I dye is black. So I think one of the Mayas I might try, actually both of them maybe, because it's a tonal gray with speckles, and there's a couple different. I wanted to do like a light gray and a darker gray and then a darker gray, with speckles for like sweaters, so you get some interest. It's not complete tonal, but then you could get a tonal if you, maybe I'll do a tonal and then a speckle one, just to see how they, because Maya's pretty much, you know, plain garter until no, it's not that lace, old shale, so that might look nice for that. Okay, so after next week is dye projects, the week after that we're gonna release Linda, and we'll do a show like we did the other week when I went over all the Eleanors and the differences in Eleanors, which is now ridiculous because all of those measurements are wrong. So, but the week after that I have another open episode, so I'm wondering if we should redo the Eleanor episode with the correct, but it doesn't matter because you're going to go to the website anyway, and it's going to say on Eleanor's page. I got to get that up on the website. On Eleanor's page, I want to give you all the things. And I got to put that, I got to update her pattern with all of those. Oh, I'm waiting to like, I didn't update the sport. I didn't change the sport yet. Okay. So, I also have not found a mohair project. But it's early. I mean, we have plenty of time to do mohair. I have not hit any of my nickels for this year. I had do a colorful yoke sweater, which I decided not to do. Something with mohair. That's literally what it says, something with mohair. One dye project a month. We have done that. That has been fun. Socks. Still no. Arm warmers. No. Mittens. I have mittens coming up. I have actually part of the mittens done, but I was thinking I wanted to double over the cuff, but I haven't decided yet. So, but we're still working through these. So mittens are definitely coming. I have them started. I have the cuffs started. I also wanted to do my tops in different weights. And the shorts. We did the shorts. We did the shorts. 2 sweaters. Zephyr and the Riverside. We did not do the Earth Star. Zephyr is a worsted weight cardigan that has some sort of detail around the whole front, not ribbing, and I think it's got the contiguous sleeves. I don't know how you say it, but that was the one sweater I did make, had those sleeves, and I love how those sleeves fit. Oh my god, like the shoulder is all, I just really like it. Maybe because I have narrow shoulders, maybe I don't know. Raglan is usually not comfortable for me. I don't typically like, but I've never had a raglan sweater. I've just had those like baseball looking shirts, you know, from the 70s. And they don't fit right, like they don't fit me right, so I don't like those. But the contiguous, I did like that sleeve. So the Zephyr has that sleeve, but the problem with that sleeve is I don't understand how it works. It's like magic, so I don't understand how it works. So I can't change the pattern if I wanted to. So I have to make sure I make gauge. And then the Riverside is, it's either a V-neck or a scoop neck, because I don't do necks. I need a deep neck thing. So the Riverside is, I think it's scoop neck in fingering though, which I know I want fingering weight sweaters. I know I do, because that'd be great to layer over these tops, like, and then you can layer, have like a worsted cardigan over. That'd be perfect for like winter when I'm freezing. So I do want to do them. It's just, oh my God. The thought of it, like when I do these tops and I get, because they start from this strap. They're started from this strap right here in the back, and then you make these, and then you join them together, and then you make this, and then you then you cast on here, right, all the way across, and join, and then you work in the round. So when I get to this ribbing, I want to kill myself. It's like Sleeve Island, okay? Like, I'm just like, oh my God, it's just ribbing for like 15 inches. And 2x2 ribbing for 15 inches, and I don't want to do it. So like when I think of making a fingering weight sweater, you know what I think of? I think of 15 inches of stockinette in the round. And then I think of my super long arms. Because I make my sweater to this bone. When my sweater hits this bone, then I do 2 inches of ribbing. That's how I get my sweaters fit. And you know who told me that? I found her, again, on YouTube. And I'm going to tell you who it is, because I know I talked about her before. She's in my subscriptions. And she does a lot of sweaters. So if you do a lot of sweaters, you should listen to her. That's weird. Okay. Taylor Owen, I believe, is who told me that. Taylor Owen. Is who I heard. I mean, she didn't specifically tell me personally, but on one of her sweater videos, she said you knit the sleeve to where you want it, and then you add 2 inches. And that was like the most helpful advice I ever heard about making a sweater, that I've made one sweater. But that was because I have really long arms and I don't like short sleeves, because it always makes me feel like I'm wearing somebody's hand-me-downs, and I'm wearing a sweater that's too small. So I like to have over sleeves, like I like them to be even. I mean, put thumb holes in that and put it up over my hands. I'm fine with that. I'd rather they be too long than too short, I guess. Which is like how I am with everything that I wear. I'd rather it be too long than too short. So that might be a problem of mine. There might be some weird problem I have with, I don't know, wanting things to be. It's because I like my shirts long, too. I don't like any cropped stuff either. Whatever. So, okay. We have a plan for this month. It's a good, solid plan, I think. So, we'll get all of Dana done and get those shorts done. And I also do have the Brianna reunion capelet that I talked about last week, too. I'm going to put that... I mean, obviously, it's August. We don't need that done right away. And that's like a 2-day project. Maybe 2 days. I think I got it done in a day. And plus, the yarn I got for it is really super bulky. It's a really, really bulky yarn. So I doubt it'll take me longer than 1 day to do it. So, and that pattern is easy enough that you can really work out how big you need it, You can play around with the number of stitches and it comes out fine. It's short rows though, which surprisingly I don't mind in this project. I don't know why I don't mind them, but I don't mind them. Maybe because it's a fast project and it's on fat yarn, so it's really quick. Maybe that's why I don't mind. I absolutely do not like short rows at all. Like, just thinking of the short rows in those shorts, I'm like, ugh. Like, short rows of the V-back tee, I'm like, ugh. Like, I don't want to. I'm not saying they don't make a nice finished object. It just, I don't understand the math. If I understood the math, I would probably be okay with it. I would probably be all right. Like, okay, let's go. So Dana shorts. I don't think we had anything else. Oh, the Mad Tosh that Mad Tosh single ply that I wasn't sure. I don't want to do any extra shawls right now, so I'm just going to stick with mine and get them done. And then once we're done with that, and then I will just have one to do, which will be, I'll probably try the, whatchamacallit, the stockinette bias. I'll probably try that in a worsted weight. Probably not a 6mm. Because stockinette is not as forgiving as garter. Like garter, you can really, seriously, you can, is it a wet spot? It's a wet spot because I've been spraying water because it's hot. You can block this, okay? Like this is my extreme blocking, right? So it's pretty open. But you could block it so it's not. Actually, you could probably not even bother blocking. And when I say blocking, I don't mean don't wet your piece at all and lay it out. I mean, you don't have to use wires and stretch it out like I do. You don't have to do that with garter. Garter does not require that at all. I require that. Everything I block, okay, not everything, because my tops do not get extreme. They just get a zhuzh, you know. You go in there and zhuzh it. My sweaters get a zhuzh. But those I knit pretty close to 0 gauge or maybe an inch, or I mean 0 ease or maybe an inch of ease. I think the Riverside, I think I'm going to do a 2 inches of ease just to see how that goes. But see, there is a difference in the fabric you get, obviously, between worsted and fingering. Like obviously, right? Because there's such a difference in the size of the yarn. So you're not going to have the bulk issues and the, you know, like when you have a bulky sweater in the sleeve, is that you're not going to have that same bulk issue with a fingering weight. You're just not. It's like a sweater and a long sleeve t-shirt. You're going to have totally different fit. So I haven't quite figured out how I like my sweaters to fit when they're in different weight. Well, because I've only made one. But like, okay, I started knitting again. Okay, first of all, I learned to knit when I was 13 years old, okay? And I made like scarves, right? Like, doesn't everyone start with scarves or dishcloths? And then I really wasn't into wearing or making wearables, like other than scarves and hats. Like I wasn't really into wearables. I was into like making toys and soft sculptures. That was the 3D stuff was fun for me. And then my nerve entrapment messed everything up, and I cannot do amigurumi. I can't use the tightness to tighten. Amigurumi has to be tight so the stuffing doesn't show through. And I can't do that anymore. So when I couldn't crochet anymore, I mean, I could still crochet as long as it isn't tight. So I could still crochet shawls. I could still crochet garments as long as they didn't have to be, you know, tight weave, which I wouldn't want because crochet is a bunch of knots. It does not stretch at all. So I wouldn't want something, you know, I don't really like crochet garments is I guess what I'm trying to say. So I do want to do a shawl though. But when I got back into knitting, my goal, when I couldn't crochet anymore, I was like, okay, we'll just go back to knitting and we'll just knit stuff. So that's why I do a lot of shawls, because I like shawls and they're not garments. And I mean, I thought I was going to do stuffies again, you know, amigurumi, but knit, and I hate DPNs, and I don't like it's too hard. It's like because I also have arthritis in my fingers, so I can't grip things very well, so I can't do the DPNs. I just cannot. And if it's too fiddly, I can't, like my brain My fingers don't do what my brain tells them to anymore, so I mean, I can still knit. I just like stuff that's not too fiddly. But I can use 9-inch circulars, so we're okay. I can do sleeves. It's not a problem. What was my point? My point was, when I started knitting again, I wanted to do wearables. I wanted to do tops and sweaters and stuff like that. So I do want to start making some sweaters. And once I'm able to dye myself sweater quantities of yarn, because I can't afford to buy sweater quantities. Who can? I can't. I mean, lots of people can, but I can't. I'm not one of the, I can't buy, like, even if I do Cascade, that's going to cost me like $50. So the one sweater I did make, I made out of Willow, and it's okay. It's I would have rather made that sweater a cardigan to wear over something, because it's a little scratchy. But yeah, that's what I should have done with that. But I do have Cloudborn for my Zephyr, but no, for my Riverside. No, for the Zephyr I bought Baracco Vintage, which has acrylic in it, and I did that because so many people had done it in that, and they came out looking like the pattern. So I was like, okay, we'll make one, and I figured that one I'm gonna make I don't know what size it comes in, but I'm gonna make a bigger size so I can wear it over, like maybe a medium, maybe to make sure there's a couple inches of ease, so I can wear it over sweaters, because then the acrylic won't bother me, because I'll have wool on and then a wool acrylic blend over, which should be fine. And then I'm making another one that is wool to wear like over these, like just wear as like maybe in the fall or the spring where it's still chilly and I just need something, maybe, because I don't want to make a fingering weight one right now, which I probably will, because I figure once I start making sweaters, it's going to be like these where I'm like, oh, I love these, and then I just make a million of them, because I literally have like a million shawls. Like if you look on my Ravelry page, I don't even want to count how many shawls I have, because there are tons. And I wear all of them. I actually do. I love shawls. I think it's because my allodynia, they don't hurt. It's not like, it keeps me warm without hurting my skin. Anyway, I don't think I have anything more to say, and we've hit like 50 minutes, so. Do you have a favorite sweater pattern? I would love to see it, especially if it's V-neck or scoop neck or any type of cardigan. I'm just not sure on the fits, on how I want my things to fit. Because I like these to be, right on me, but a sweater, I think I would maybe want looser, but not like overly baggy, because I don't like that either. So I don't know what the right thing is. And then like when I made my sweater last year, I like never wore it because I finished it in like December, and then I haven't gone anywhere because of COVID. So maybe if the Delta variant stays away, it's already here, but so again, we're not going out anywhere. So I haven't even been able to wear my sweater that I made, so. Because I just wear a robe when I'm in the house, because that does not hurt me. But I'm thinking if I had that cardigan, maybe I'd wear the cardigan instead. Because then it would be wool instead of whatever fleece robe is. Because I hate that. It makes me sweat, and I hate it. I love wool because it doesn't make me sweat. Like I feel cool but still warm. Does that make any sense? I don't get sweaty. I get warm but not sweaty. And anytime I wear fleece or acrylic, I get like slimy and sweaty and gross, even if I'm not hot. So I don't like it. I can't handle it anymore. Okay, so we have plan. We know plan. Do you have your plan for the month? Does this even help you? Do you even Am I inspiring you to like make plans and stuff and plan out your time and make lists of what you want to do, and don't forget to do them. Get them done. 7 shawls. We did 7 shawls. That's a big deal. I still can't believe we did 7 shawls. That's insane. Whatever. I gotta take pictures on my shawls. No, it's not done yet. It's not the end of the month. Saturday I gotta take pictures of everything. Because I try to take a picture of everything I finish in the month to keep me motivated. I don't know how I stay motivated to do this, because I'm never motivated to do anything. I am like the least motivated person on the planet. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I don't know how I stay motivated to. Probably because I have nothing else to do. Maybe because I have nothing else to do. And I'm just going to sit there and watch TV and be bored. And then at least I got something to knit. Right? Who knows? I don't know. I just want to get through this month and get through next month, and then we're golden. Then we can do whatever you want, and we're not beholden to these designs that have been sucking the life out of me for like 6 months. No, like all year. Didn't this start in January? Did this start in January with Hillary? It's been all year we've been doing this. All year. I haven't got to do any projects that I wanted to do. This is like the only one I got to do, and it's my least favorite because she didn't stretch enough. I do love this colorway though. I didn't even name it. I love it. I love it. Alright, I'm going because it's hot and I need more tea. Okay, thanks for sitting through another episode with me. Thank you for coming over. Thanks for chatting and seeing what I got. Are you excited to do Linda? Do you even want to do Linda? Linda, listen. Linda, listen. Oh my God, how bad did you want to smack the crap out of that kid? Because I was like, oh my God. And that's why I don't have children. Because if my child ever spoke to me like that, I would lose my mind. I would absolutely lose my mind. But then, you know what I think is hilarious is when the dogs talk back to me. Like when you're like, or when you see videos of especially huskies when people are like, bad dog, and the dog's like, rah, 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 like that cracks me up. Like an animal talking back to you is the best. But a child, I'm like, oh my God. Maybe it's because how I grew up, because we would not dare, oh my gosh. We wouldn't dare to speak to my parents. Linda, listen. Linda, my mother would, oh my God, she would smack you right in the mouth for that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine. Oh. That's what it's all about, right? Changing, what do they say? Changing your, or no, I forget what it is. There's a name for it. When you end your childhood trauma, the continuation of the trauma of your childhood or something like that. There's a name for that. It's escaping me right now. Because all I can think of is, okay, bye. Okay, bye. Tell me I'm not the only one who's obsessed with her, because I'm telling you. Anyway, I get goofy at the end. I don't know why. Because I forget what I'm going to say. Alright, I'm hot. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next week. Bye.